There are a lot of things I've thought about with preparing for my mission, and even when I was coming home from my mission, my brother was had just when I got home, my brother had just submitted his papers, so he was going to get a call in a few weeks. And um, when I was coming home, I thought to myself, oh, I'll probably just have like a companion stay with my brother, and be able to go through him in the whole preach my gospel and be able to do that. But I felt that was a little too much, especially he had friends, he had a life, in Parker, and so over time, or when I got back, I realized it's just realizing the essentials of missionary preparation is not about how much you read, how much you study. It's about preparing about what you're going to do and who you're going to become. Because the mission will change your life. The mission will change you to become a better person, a better man or woman, if you get called a sister mission. But it'll help you to become a better spouse. It'll help you to become a better parent. It'll help you to become a better student. Um, Something that I thought about with preparation, especially for missionaries nowadays, is just learning to socialize. Learning those social skills, learning how to talk with people, learning how to talk and be able to connect with people, be able to smile, be optimistic about things. Um, Learn how to, and especially learning how to get along with others. And you'll get to learn that more in the mission, with your companions and even sometimes with members. But something I learned as well, that I wish I would have prepared more, is definitely reading more in the Book of Mormon, because it's that testimony of the Book of Mormon that really strengthens yourself as a missionary and what you're doing, what you're sharing, and also as well strengthening those that you're teaching and serving. Another thing that I thought about as well is that I could have done more to prepare is just basically knowing the basics of Preach My Gospel, and especially going into it, understanding the purposes of those educational things that you're given, the tools that you're given as a missionary. Especially in Preach My Gospel, it teaches a lot of the essentials of being a missionary, at least as a teacher. As a teacher of the gospel, and strengthening your own understanding, and definitely an understanding of the scriptures. An understanding of the scriptures is definitely one to help prepare, and really having that testimony of the gospel and really knowing what you're doing as a missionary. You'll get to understand that. You get to understand that more as you continue to serve, but it's that initial step of faith to go out there and be able to say, all right, I'm doing this to serve the Lord because I have a testimony of the gospel, I have a testimony of the Book of Mormon and the restoration, and I want to share it with others. It's that get-go that will help you as you get out into the mission field. Other things spiritually is just really, to me, is thinking about, definitely keeping temple worthy, and keeping worthy of the temple, whether you have you're at the time disabled to do baptisms for the dead. I would encourage to do that as often to really strengthen and understand more about the plan of salvation. The temple is a really good understanding way of that, and I was blessed to have a temple in my mission, so we got to go often to go for either baptisms for the dead or endowment sessions. But as well, once you get in, definitely once you get that mission call, prepare for that endowment. Prepare for that. Prepare for the opportunity to make those additional covenants with Heavenly Father. And once you do, keep going as often as you can, weekly even, just for that spiritual preparation. And at the same time preparing on a mission, just be yourself. Just be yourself, because it's a wonderful way to um, it's a wonderful way to understand who you are as an individual, and especially who you're going to be. Because oftentimes, young men and young women will think, now that I'm a missionary, I have to be this completely different person. But and that was something I struggled with when I started out my mission. But as time went by, I had a lot more personality into what I was doing. I had a lot more connection with who I was um, as an individual and as a missionary, and I had a lot of opportunity to see, okay, I don't have to just say I have a worldly Brandon, that enjoys rock music, or rock or jazz music, and loves to do this. And then there's the spiritual Brandon, who is a priesthood holder, who goes to who is on a mission, who is preaching the gospel. I have to put that away for a while. No, you combine those together. For me, I like to have a sense of humor with things, so sometimes it keeps me from being down. So sometimes I'll make something humorous after a door gets slammed or things like that. It's just really being yourself and being the person who Heavenly Father wants you to be. It's just an understanding of that.